Good afternoon, students. Here I am with your first lab of the week. I'll help you out, get you 50% of them, and you need to attempt the other two, or whatever 50% for the week is. But here we are at 1.9 lab, input Mad Lib. So this lab, the book is asking you, hey, we're going to give you a series of words, and we want you to spit it out. Uh, Always take a look when you're designing a script what my essentially my variables, what my inputs are going to be. My variables are my placeholders, what my placeholders are going to be, what the formula is that I'm trying to work out, what I'm trying to display. Uh, so we go down here. Well, let's just talk about what it's telling. Complete the program to read 4 values from an input. So right there, it's telling you need to read 4. Keywords are read 4 values from an input. Store these values and variables. They give you the variable names, which is great. Uh, you could use anything, right? The variables are placeholders. It's storing information. So if the input is this, which it really doesn't matter what that is, but what they're showing you is you have your 4, and they're getting put in one at a time, right? They're not concurrent on one line. That'd be a string input, and you'd just be getting one big input. I mean, they're all strings, other than that you could set that to an int. But you're getting those 4 in concurrent order, and the output, and that's the key, output is on one line. So if the output is this, so they give you another one, the book in the back end is going to run that multiple test different ways, right? Oh, here you go. They give you your print line. So this lab is pretty easy. So it looks like my takeaway, if you look here at line 5, print first name. It's what they called out up there at the top of this. But first name, it has to pull it from a variable to put it there in the print line. We don't have it yet. Generic location, we don't have it yet. Whole number, we don't have it yet. And plural noun, we don't have it yet. You could, just call location. You could just call it name. Call it whole number. Any of it will work. So let's kick it off. The first one. First name. This is going to be an input. They're all going to be inputs. And the only one that looks like it matters is the whole number. Generic location. Set as an input. Whole number. An input will grab it, but it'll also take anything. So to stop the user from putting anything except a whole number, you put the syntax int. So what I did here is I threw int in front of input, so I'm still capturing the input, but I also set it to an int, which means the only thing that can go in there is a whole number. It'll try and reject it if they put anything else that's not a whole number. All right, I'm pretty sure that's the entire solution, so now we got to run it. All right. Usually it'll give you if you failed somewhere, however, it's not, it didn't give me that. And it's not giving me the complete either. Oh, that's because I didn't hit submit. Stupid book. I don't use this thing all too often, so hey. Alright, I did nail it. 10 out of 10. I didn't see any more to it. So yeah, that's your lab 1 tac 9 Mad Libs. It's taking anything and propping it in there. Now let's talk about what's actually happening here. You've created a placeholder at line 2, first name input. This is empty, and once somebody enters first name, think of like a sheet that they're filling out, and they put their first name, electronically, and then that goes into a database and it stores in that placeholder. That name is stored in there from their input. If I put a name in there, I have now stored something in there. If I had put that on the sheet and hit enter, it would store it in there, or this made it in there. I could overwrite it later by creating a new input to override in there. So say I created name. Well, here I'll set this one. A name equals first name. You know. So what I did right here is this variable that's going to be name is going to hold whatever's in first name. And right now it would hold that first input. So name, I could also use name wherever. This will come later when you're moving things around in variables. But first name would be stuck in there. And I could override with a formula, append. Those are complicated terms. But I can override that variable that's in first name with whatever else I want, however I want to get it. So append is an easy way to pull it and copy it from something. You know, I could do that. I could literally take what's a name and keep bouncing it back and forth. It would be the same input there. But basically when you repeat first name in any other way to pull another input into it, so say you prompted the user for an input again, then you could restore it in that variable again, and it would override Chris if that was the first input with the new input, and then always maintain that one. So let me erase that. All right, so I think I'm gone on enough about that and what you're looking for. Again, they gave you your print line, so this is the first way to learn, and this is manually sticking things in there, right? Went to. Later on, you'll practice with actually formatting a print line out, which makes this so much easier. But if you want to manually, you can always just manually insert things, and then it'll always be displayed. All right, everyone have a good day. Bye-bye.